Ashley's Labor Day sale. Don't miss up to 40% off or 0% interest for 5 years with no money down. Find this leather sofa chaise for only $84 per month. Going on now at Ashley.
The Labor Day weekend is coming up. I'm sure all of you have some fun plans to enjoy a 3-day weekend, but how about some free barbecue to help one of Chattanooga's best nonprofits? That's the offer on the table because John Rector is here with the Union Gospel Mission, the 8th year, is that right?
8th annual barbecue.
Okay,
yes.
I think this is so fun because barbecues kind of go hand in hand, right?
Sure.
With this part of the country. But to do this on Labor Day, maybe the biggest barbecue day of the year.
We like to think so.
And you're giving it away.
Yes, ma'am.
Says a lot, but you say that y'all are able to collect, I hate to say it, but more money on this day than almost any other. People love this event.
Yeah, for a one-time event. It's really the only fundraiser we do for the year. Coming off of summer, and summers are financially extremely difficult for nonprofits. And so coming off of summer, we needed something to kind of help get us over that last edge before we get into giving season, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And about 9 years ago, my wife said, "Hey, let's do a barbecue on Labor Day." I said, "Honey, I don't want to do a barbecue on Labor Day."
Right.
But, we've been married 26 years plus.
So the secret is
28 years, yeah. And so she kept saying, "I think we ought to do this." So I said, "Okay, let's do it," right? And so we started planning a year in advance of our first one. Going through my mind, even a couple of months beforehand, I'm thinking, okay, how many plates do we have to sell? What do we have to charge for it? What if nobody comes? What if we don't make enough to profit, even though we're a nonprofit organization, we want to have some money left over. And so one night, middle of the night, I was awake, stressing over it, and the Lord said, "John, just give it away."
Wow.
And I said, "Lord, it's a fundraiser."
Are you dreaming, God? Yeah.
But he said, "Just give it away." And so that's what we do. We have a handful of folks every year who beforehand support us to pay for everything.
Correct.
And so the whole operation is paid for before we start. It doesn't come out of our operating budget. It comes just from some local churches that help us, some good friends of the mission. And it's all paid for up front. And so we set up and give away free barbecue plates and just ask folks to give.
That is so funny because my drive in this morning, I was on the phone with my mother, I will admit, having a conversation about life, and I said, "Play Philosopher with me." But the point of my philosophizing this morning was, where in life do you decide to take a risk? And where in life do you say, "No, I got to draw in the lines"? Yeah. And sometimes you have to do one or the other. But if you believe in the risk, it's worth taking, and that's what you did. Think if you hadn't done that.
This is true. Think if my wife hadn't made me do it, but she didn't really. But she was a strong proponent of it, and it's been great. Our lowest year was the big COVID year, and we only raised $3,000. That's $3,000 we wouldn't have raised otherwise.
So let's talk about kind of what this is all for and where it is, because I find some irony, to be honest with you, in where it is. Because the Union Gospel Mission serves homeless men, correct, in the area. Where they're doing the barbecue is right there at the Maple Street Biscuit Company parking lot at Gun Barrel.
Right.
If you don't ever drive over that way, here it is, this mecca of business and commerce.
Yes.
There's a big homeless population over there.
There's a huge homeless population over there because they go where the resources are, right? And so if you're going to panhandle, you want a busy street. Well, what's busier than Gun Barrel Road, right? If you're hungry, you want to find places that have food. Well, look at all the restaurants down that area. And so they go where the resources are, and there's huge resources out there.
I think what's hard is you see what's in your circle. So if you're not over in that area, you might not see these people pushing often Walmart shopping carts, right? Their life is in that cart. You can't really see the crisis of homelessness in this community, but as I understand it, it's getting stronger and stronger as rents and things go up.
Yes, that's for sure. What we've experienced in the last 2 years with real estate and rents and everything else, it's going to continue to get worse until something happens to make it better. And so our goal is, while we can't fix everything, we might be able to fix, a few lives a year. And so that's what we try to do.
Okay, so how does it work at the Union Gospel Mission? Do the men come and theoretically knock on your door, or do they get a referral to you?
Generally, they get referred to us through either a local church, a pastor will call and say, hey, I've got a guy, or Joe Johnson Mental Health, or Community Kitchen, or just, we've been around for 72 plus years. So folks know what we do and where we're at. And so we do almost all of them are referrals. We get some from our website. A number of referrals from our website, or people are looking for help, and when they search, our website comes up. So there's a myriad of ways people find us.
Are they there with you all throughout the day, or is it just an evening shelter?
No, it's complete residential programming, and so they come in and live with us. We have 2 different programs that kind of run side by side, and so some of the guys are working and going through a kind of a lighter program. Other guys who are maybe dealing with a more serious issue or struggling a little more, they're not working and they're there 24 hours a day and go through the process with us. Sometimes,
are you the first kind outreach they've seen?
Sometimes. In our genre, we're kind of the last one they see. They usually, when they get to us, because nobody wants to give up their freedom and their ability to do what they want to when they want to, and so by the time they get to us, most of these guys have already been through programs. They've already struggled for years, and they're kind of, we're kind of the last ditch, last stop on the bus line for them.
You mentioned that summer is your slowest season for all nonprofits. I hear that a lot.
Yes.
Don't understand it, but I hear it a lot. So as people are going to be heading out Gun Barrel Way more and more, is the right thing to give money to somebody?
I have 2 answers for that. I have a personal answer and a professional answer. My personal answer is no. Don't give them money. But I also understand that I'm not God. And so I tell people professionally, if God leads you to give somebody $5 or $20 or whatever, you do what God says, not what I say. I don't give money. We have what we call blessing bags. We've talked about those before. And so I keep a couple of those on my truck. And when someone comes up and says, hey, do you have anything? Do you have some money? Can I get a couple bucks? I'll give them a blessing bag.
Now that's a great idea. Talk about what you put in a blessing bag.
Well, there's usually hygiene items, soap, shampoo, deodorant, shaving cream, razors, toothbrush, toothpaste. But then there's some comfort items. There'll be some crackers or some kind of a snack food, some hard candy, something that's not going to melt, be carried around in your car. A bottle of water we usually put in it. If we can get a washcloth in there or a pair of socks or whatever we have available that we think may make their life a little easier.
That is such a great idea. I will tell you 2 stories quickly. So I had a time in my life where my husband was out of work. And so I knew what it was like to pinch a penny. And I was at that Gun Barrel area, at the Gun Barrel Walmart, and there was this man in the median there, and he could have been my husband with a sign.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to Walmart, and I zipped my car home. We didn't live far away. I didn't have any money. So I made 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I put some chips in a bag, and I got a Capri Sun or something. Zipped back over there. He was gone.
Yeah.
But all I wanted to do was to feed that guy.
I understand that, and even as long, I've been doing this 23 years, and I still get that pang when I drive off and don't help somebody. I still get that little bit of a pang because that's just who I am. But I also know one of the things that surprised me more than anything, when I first started in this, I talked to one of our guys who did panhandling, and 20 years ago he made $500 a week.
Yeah,
that was more money than I made helping him. So
Yeah, and we've all, you kind of have a gut feeling, when it's good to help, when it's not. But that's a safe way to do it too.
It is.
Because you're not going through your wallet at the traffic light.
Yep.
And if you do have kids that you're raising or grandchildren, through example, you're showing what it is to be compassionate.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the barbecue, Labor Day proper, what time does it start?
It'll be from 11 to 2.
Okay.
Or until we run out of barbecue.
Okay. Are you making the barbecue?
We do make the barbecue.
Okay.
The only year we haven't made it was COVID year. We actually gave out gift cards, a coupon for a free meal to one of the local barbecue places. We were unsure how COVID was going to affect that. But yeah, we make the barbecue every year. It's actually a recipe that I came up with. We don't have a smoker, and so we use a little bit of liquid smoke. And,
oh, sure.
And we get almost every year I've had just really, really good compliments about it.
All right.
And so we think it's good. You can get your choice of pork or chicken. You'll get baked beans, you'll get coleslaw, a piece of bread, a drink, and a dessert, all for free.
Just like loaves and fishes. I love it, John.
Yeah, we give it out as long as we can. And again, if folks want to support it, obviously our website's the best place to go. All the information's there.
Do you want them to make donations online, or can they bring some money with them?
Whichever works best. But yeah, we're going to be collecting money checks, cash, we'll be there. They want to Venmo or PayPal. We try to get all that set up. So we make it as easy as possible for folks to support the work we do.
All right, so Labor Day proper, be at the Maple Street Biscuit Company parking lot. Enjoy John Rector's homemade barbecue and know that you're giving back to a really great cause. And if you do want the website for the Union Gospel Mission, there it is, just the name, theuniongospelmission.org. 72 years?
72 years.
Great to see you, John.
Good to see you again.
When bad weather threatens, thunder hits the road, showing real-time conditions to keep you safe. The Local 3 Storm Alert Weather Center on wheels.
Don't let psoriasis get in the way. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call the Insiders?
Because when you're hurt, you need money, and we don't take tiny checks, do we, Jay?
No, we do not. We get our clients big checks. We got a client who injured their back in a car wreck, a big check for $232,000.
Another client of ours had multiple serious injuries when he was hit by a semi. We got him a big check for $1.1 million.
Don't take a tiny check for your car wreck. Call the Insiders.
Call us.
It's just that easy.
Call 265-1100.
A Bojangles family meal has so many more fixins to choose from.
Mac and cheese.
Dirty rice.
Those scratch-made biscuits.
It's bow time.
Let Lupton City Golf Carts add to your celebration. Whether it's an intimate gathering or a large occasion, we can get you there in style. With our rental fleet options, your event will shine. We're determined to give you the best experience possible. Golf carts for sale as well. Find us at LuptonCityGolfCarts.com.
Local 3 News. More local stories. Coverage you can count on.
I'm Tom Ray, and I invite you to join me for my upcoming webinar, Real